like this. Tied my hopes to wings of doves. Hope it's enough. I pray to God this sticks. I've been wishing on a star. Reckless dreaming in the dark. You're the only one I could love. The only one I could love like this. Deepest kind of sea, even deeper these oceans. Every boundless one, you're the only one I could love. That I could love like this. Tie my hopes to wings of doves. Hope it's enough. I pray to God this sticks. I've been wishing on a star. Reckless dreaming in the dark. You're the only one I could love. The only one I could love like this. You're the only one I could love like this. Tie my hopes to wings of doves. Hope it's enough. I
And
pray to
it's
God
small
this
black
sticks. I've been wishing on a
berries
star. Reckless dreaming in the dark. I've been wishing on a star. Reckless dreaming in the dark. You're the only one I could love. The only one I could love like this. Only one. You're the only one I could love. Only one, only one I could love like this.
Welcome back, everybody. Week 3, we're at Blackwater River State Park. This is our last day here before we pack up and move to the next destination. It's been a really fun week, though. Some highs and lows we'll talk about. Overall, really great week. We finally hit the end of our luck as far as perfect weather from those first 2 weeks. We got rained out for about half of this trip, and unfortunately that meant we couldn't go do really the highlight of this state park, which is going canoeing on the Blackwater River.
We've heard other full-timers say if it's raining, you put on your rain boots and your raincoat and you go out in the rain. And that's exactly what we did on this trip, numerous days, and we really enjoyed it because it was cold, but not so cold that we couldn't be out in the rain.
Yeah, and bonus, you get the trail to yourself on most of those days. So while we were getting rained out, we thought it seemed appropriate to go catch the new Avatar movie, The Way of Water, right? We're getting rained on, seemed appropriate. Turns out, 12 years of waiting, the movie was horrible.
We didn't like it, kids didn't like it. It's 3 hours of wasted time, basically.
Yeah. I don't know what they...
Do not recommend.
I don't know what they were thinking, but they screwed it up. So we went on a few different hikes. All of them were within the state park, which was nice. One of them was just within walking distance, Juniper Loop, I believe it was called. We went a little bit outside the entrance of the campground. It was another trail called Juniper Creek Trail. And then the final one we went on was called Chain of Lakes, and that was a really beautiful hike. We're really trying to focus on learning as much about the nature that we're experiencing here. One thing we're trying to do is anytime we see something interesting, look it up, or we picked up a couple of books on tree identification and botany. We were learning about the longleaf pines. They're super interesting. Apparently they used to be used for shipbuilding, and the resin was used to fill in cracks on the ships. The inner bark is edible, actually, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, we love all the signs that state parks provide for you, and then you can do more research about different plants and trees.
Another thing we learned about that really cool looking red mushroom on the hike. We've never seen anything like that before. Turns out it's called fly agaric, and it is hallucinogenic and also possibly toxic. And so if you want to have a good time, you can try it. You might also die, so be careful.
A major highlight of this week has been meeting a couple of other full-time families that were staying at the state park, and the kids getting to play with other kids who live this lifestyle. That's really great for our kids and for us to learn things from these full-timers who've been doing this a lot longer than us.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of community when you meet other full-timers. It's this really cool feeling, like almost like if you're traveling somewhere and you meet someone from your hometown or your home state, like you immediately kind of connect with them. And then since we're new, we're just gathering all kinds of info and advice from people. So it's been really helpful, and it just feels nice to get to know people while you're out on the road.
We're continuing to get into a groove with this lifestyle, figuring out different ways to organize, getting our cooking schedule down pat, and exercise.
I picked up a new contraption for doing pull-ups. It was the one ingredient missing from our exercise. And I had the idea that I would just do some pull-ups on like tree limbs or something while we're on the road, but I don't think that was really realistic. So now we've got that down. We're getting some running in, some walks, every day. And then the rest of the exercise we're doing is like pretty straightforward.
So it's been another great week. We're almost a month into this lifestyle, and we're still enjoying all the adventures that it brings and learning new things constantly.
So we're on to the next place tomorrow. It's always sad to leave whatever spot we're at, but at the same time, we all get pretty excited about where we're going to next and all the things we're going to discover there. So tune in next week. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can follow us each week of the journey, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.